Gentlemen, it is my special pleasure to introduce a woman who clearly needs no introduction. A very great actress on her first trip to London.
Marilyn, is it true you wear nothing in bed but perfume?
Oh. Darling, as I'm in England, let's say I sleep in nothing but Yardley's lavender.
It all started at home. It all started with watching movies, listening to interviews, poring over books, and it started, it was just something that I put on in my living room, try and mimic a walk or figure out how exactly it is that she's holding her mouth. The first sort of big discovery that I stumbled on was that Marilyn Monroe herself, Marilyn Monroe was a character that she played, and that the image that you're most familiar with, there was a person underneath there, and that was the first big discovery that that was carefully honed, but it was artifice, and it was honed to where you couldn't tell that it was artifice. It felt so real, but it was something that she'd studied and perfected and crafted. So once I discovered that was a layer, and finding out what that layer was, and then getting underneath it. So it was a long and ungainly process. Marilyn Monroe was a creation, and that creation took a lot of personal work, and she also had, teachers, trainers were sort of more common then, professionals that would sort of help make these stars and help develop these talents. I was, as she was, very lucky on this movie to be surrounded and supported by great people. So I had a wonderful man, David Crane, who worked with me every day for a couple of weeks and taught me about, I'm not a singer, I have not sang since I was 10 years old or something. So he taught me about breathing and about how to deliver emotion on lines instead of just words. So I had him, and then in my years I listened to, it comes up on my iPod all the time, all the Marilyn Monroe. I listened to her, and she was very influenced by Ella Fitzgerald, and so I listened to a lot of that.
I wouldn't buy the little girl lost act if I were you. I think Marilyn knows exactly what she's doing.
All people ever see is Marilyn Monroe.
What must it be like to be the most famous woman on earth?
You could quit this. Forget Marilyn Monroe. Forget Hollywood. But let it all go.